Hello everyone and welcome to my Adobe After Effects tutorial. My name is TJ Style, and in this video I'm going to be showing you how to create an advanced, beautiful, elegant design inside After Effects using trapcode trapcode form. So here it is. Now you can go on making this into a 1 minute, 2 minute tutorial, or 1 minute, 2 minute design, but I just wanted to make it quick, therefore I just kept it at 6 seconds, but you can go ahead and make it how much ever long as you want. Now you can go ahead and create some more designs in it, more variations in the design like this. You can see this. And yeah, the best part about this is that we have enabled audio in it. So basically, trapcode form and the particles that we have created are reacting to the audio that is here inside After Effects. I'm going to be showing you how to do that. And you can create some very crazy, very awesome variations in the design. I'm going to be showing you all of that in this video. Now remember, trapcode form is a third-party plugin, and it's a pretty advanced third-party plugin. There are things where you could just get stuck, and you will be like, what the hell, I did all of these things right, but my effect is just not coming. So if you don't know the basics of the plugin, you will have some problems creating some advanced animation using that plugin. So I'm going to be uploading the basics of this plugin soon, and I just hope that you watch all those basic tutorials and learn something from them. And with that being said, let's get started. I'm going to create a new composition. I'm going to keep it 720p because this is a little power intensive, so my computer will get slow once I have enabled the motion blur and everything. So I want to keep things simple for my computer. I want to keep it 720p, but if you have a very powerful computer like 32GB RAM or 64GB RAM, an octa-core or a hexa-core machine, then go for it. Go for a full HD or a 2K. Go 4K. Forget 2K, 4K. Anyways, go for a good resolution, and most importantly, enjoy the tutorial. Okay, go change the name from comp1 to main. Hit enter. Go here, create a new solid. I'm going to call this BG. Or actually, I'll call it form. That makes more sense. I'm going to go to effects and presets, type in FORM. Go to trapcode, take your form and drop it onto the solid. And right off the bat, you will see that we get 3. Or actually, if you cannot see, then well, you get one big box of gray particles. Actually, there's 3 sheets of gray particles. We will be talking about all of these things a little later when I have made my basic tutorials. In this video, let's just focus on creating that design. So we're going to go to base form, and I'm going to change the base form, all these different settings. The first thing I would like to change right off the bat would be particles in the Z. Change this from 3 to 1. So we basically have one sheet of particles. You see that now? Change the size in X from 200 to 1400. Change and hit the tab key for jumping down. Change this from 200 to 150. Change the size in Z to somewhere around 30. Change the particles in X to 1500 because that's going to be good. Particles in Y to 200. Actually, no, keep this down to say 50. Particles in Z should be 1. The center is good. Change this center of Z to -100. This is going to help us create that that hole effect. If you see my examples, you can see this. We have this hole, so the center value is actually going to help us in that. Center should be -100. And we are done with the base form. Now let's come to particles. And particles, well, you can do some crazy things in this, like change the particle type to cloudlet, create some very different things. But you're going to keep things simple and just change the color from white to say blue. Blue, or I don't know. Actually, I'm going to go with blue. Blue is like my favorite color. Okay, so and yeah, since we have the transform mode from normal to add, you can see normal we get this flat blue, but in add we get a nice bright blue. And this is actually going to help us create a very nice effect, in terms of color, once we have brought up the, the fractal fields. Now let's get to a little advanced part, the quick maps. Open them out. The opacity map should be normal. The color map, well, you shouldn't fiddle with this. Map over color opacity over should be off. Map 1, actually I'll come to map 1 a little later. first come over here to map one to size, change from size to opacity, and change this like just the next setting from off to y-axis, and change this map one from this default to a default setting made, actually not a default but a preset made over here. Click on it and you'll see how it affects the opacity. So basically we are telling Form that we want to change the opacity in the y-axis to this particular state. Now what this state means is wherever there is red, there is going to be 100% opacity, and wherever there is gray, there is going to be 0% opacity. So you see this? You have to change it to the to this preset. You can see over here we have 100% opacity, and then it comes down to 0, and you can see clearly over here we get it from like 100% opacity, 100% opaque particles, and we have the transition to 0% opaque particles. Anyways, I'm going to be explaining all of these things a little more in detail once I have made that basic form tutorial. Close this, come to map 2, and now we're going to draw one because we don't have that what do you say, preset, something like this, something like this. So we're basically trying to create a V, yeah, like this. If you have a graphics pen, actually I have a graphics pen but I'm too lazy to connect it now and use it inside After Effects. I use it for Photoshop, for my speed painting work. Okay, this looks good. Map 2 over to opacity, and this time map over x-axis. You can see we create that whole effect, and now we are done with quick maps. That's super easy, right? Layer maps, we won't be fiddling with this at all. Audio reaction, we'll come to it a little later. Disperse, this too will be done later. Fractal field, open this and change this displace from 0 to a very big number, to say somewhere around 400 or 500. I'm going to go with 500. Change the flow to 0, keep it at 0. I mean, don't change it, keep it at 0. And then what to do, let's actually, wait, let's change this flow of X to say around 300. Keep this 0, keep this 0, keep the flow, change the flow evolution to 100, offset evolution 0. Yeah, gamma should be changed from 1 to 2.5. You can see we create that that basic effect. You can even try 3. Let's see what 3 does. No. I think we should go with 2. Wow, Awash is illegal. Oh, sorry, my antivirus is illegal. 2.5. Okay, let's. I think I'm gonna go with 2.5. Add, subtract, keep that at 0. Minimum should be changed from -1 to -0.4. Change the maximum from 1 to 2. F scale is good. Complexity 3. Well, you can change it to 4. Change the octave multiplier. Actually, no, keep this octave multiplier at 0.5. Change the octave scale to 2. And you can see we get that we get this sharpness. You can actually go for 3 too, but 3 will intensify it too much. So you can go for 2.5 or say like 2. 2 I think should be fine. Now we have come to the final setting, that is a spherical field, and come to sphere 1. Strength should be at 21 or somewhere around 20. Why go for 21? Why make it an odd number? Go for an even number. Position in X, position in Z should be -100. Helps to create that that whole effect. Radius from 100, change it to 300. No, 200. 200, 200, and 200. Oh no, let's change this one to 400. Okay, 400. I think it should be fine. And there we are, friends. We have just made a very nice design. Now the only thing we need to do is we need to tweak it, and we need to give a final touches to it so it can really stand out from the plain and from the obvious. So take this audio and drop it onto your composition. And right now what I'm going to do is, because my audio starts off from a slow ground, I'm just going to push it to the left. You see that? Starts from the slow ground. I'm going to push it to the left so we can just get down to the beat parts like this. Hit the LL key for closing that off, And now I'm going to go to FX and Control, Form. I'm going to go to Audio Reaction. And the one good thing about audio reaction inside Form is we have 5 different reactors. Now, if you don't know what reactors are and how they work, it's okay. Just for the first thing that you need to do is we need to select the audio layer. So from audio layer, change this from none to your audio layer. So for in my case, it's going to be you cannot control it.wave. And in reactor 1, I can change this thing to map to from off to, we basically can play around with all these different settings. So I'm just going to keep it a particle size, or actually I'm going to keep it a particle opacity. And you see what happens. I'm going to reduce my strength down from 100 to say around 80. And as soon as I let go, you can see we kind of create a very basic fade effect. Now you'll be asking me, TSL, what the hell did we just do? And if we were to ramp preview this, I'm going to reduce my resolution from full to half. And if you were to ramp preview, you can see that the opacity of the particles get affected whenever there are beats in the audio. So you can see sometimes there is like a full 100% opacity, and then there is like a go down and go up. So it creates a very different effect. And with the audio, this whole thing looks great. You see that? Crazy, right? The best thing about this is that we can go ahead and do some more crazy things to it. So we can close the reactor 1, close it, go to reactor 2, and since the audio layer has already been selected, we can add more changes to the particles according to the audio. So we don't need to play around with the audio anymore. Just go to map to, map this alphabets to, go from off to disperse. And right now nothing would happen because we haven't done any changes in the disperse and twist category. So we just gonna twirl this down, go to disperse and change it to 5. And actually not 5 is actually a little too strong. Change it to 3. And once you do that, you will see that from all these waves, you get to this particles form. Right now I'm working with half, but if I was to work with full, you can see we get a really beautiful effect. Actually, let me just work with full. Let's see what happens. And let's change the strength from 100 to 200 so we can get a very intense effect. And actually, let's not ramp preview right now. We'll take a look at the final effect a little later. Let's go to reactor 3. Let's go to map to change particle size. Particle size is going to be fun. Change the strength from 100 to 200. And I think, yeah, that's good. Wow, actually this is a little hitting the eyes right now. We can actually reduce the width. Oh shit, increase the width. Okay, friends, if you ever want to change the color of these particles, then just go to particle, and remember we did the change of the color. I'm just going to change it to green. This can actually give you that Call of Duty effect. I'm going to reduce this reactor 3 strength to a normal 100 like it was before, and change the width to reset. I'm just going to reset it. Comes to normal. It's actually hitting my eyes right now. You get that Call of Duty effect. You see that? Yeah, if you're a gamer, if you're trying to make an intro, it's going to be great for you. Ouch, it's really hitting the eyes. Just going to change it to normal right now. My god, this looks pathetic. Wait a sec, let me just go and let's see what we can do to improve our situation. See, trapboard form is seriously a big beast, and I haven't tamed it till now. I definitely haven't mastered this third-party plugin. So there are times when I make mistakes, and there are times when I can just seriously screw up the entire project big time. There are times when I have created something really beautiful, and then I wanted to add some more effects, but I was just not able to understand where was I going wrong or what was I not doing in order to get that effect. Anyway, I'm going to keep this to 50. I'm going to go to reactor 4 now, change this to map to displace X, and I'm going to change the strength to no, this is not that cool. Fractal, let's see. I'm going to change the strength to something around 200. 200 I think today is my favorite number. Anyways, this looks good. Now what you need to do is before you RAM preview it, let's just go ahead and kill our machines, switch on the motion blur for the layer and then for the entire project. And you can see, oh my god, I think my After Effects just froze. Yeah, it is there. And you can really see, wow, the depth, that blurriness is amazing. You can take a look at this and this. Super amazing, super great. Let's RAM preview it and let's take a look at what do we have now. I'm just gonna pause my video. Okay, so I just did a little RAM preview of 2 seconds. I changed the resolution from full to half because it was taking a little too, it was taking too long. So let's take a look at how it looks. Crazy effects that you can create with form inside After Effects. It's a great plugin. I would advise you to definitely go ahead, experiment with it, and the results would definitely amaze you. So please subscribe to my channel, Tutorials for Graphics. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope I didn't bore you in any way. If not, at least enjoyed. I hope you learned something, and thank you for watching. Thank you so much. Like my Facebook page, like this video on YouTube, and make sure that you subscribe to Tutorials for Graphics. I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching, friends.